Alright guys, so today I thought I'll do a bit of a rifle review. um, today we'll be reviewing my Tikka T3. I have this rifle chambered in 308, which is actually, it's this round here. This rifle was actually my first centerfire rifle. It also happens to be my go-to deer rifle, as it's very light and you can easily shoulder it, and you don't get much fatigue when you're carrying it around the bush. And I think it's just makes an excellent deer rifle. There's a few different aspects about this rifle that I think they could have done a bit better, but I'll get right into it. First off, I think this rifle it has a 24-inch barrel, which I think is really good for the round, as it's not too long, but it's not short enough where it starts to disable the round. It gives it its maximum efficiency. The first thing I'm going to say about this rifle is the action. It has a very smooth action. That's one thing that you can definitely note about the Tikka. It's actually a push feed. Action, and it only has 2 locking lugs, as you can see, which they could have added a third one, similar to the Seikos. I don't know why they didn't, but it's just how it's done, I guess. But the reason, and I wish it wasn't a push feed as well, because although it makes it a very smooth action, it's not very good for hunting, as we have to load it straight or it doesn't load properly. But it's good for the bench. What you can do is, by the way, this rifle's pointing in a safe direction. What you can do is you can just put the round in there and you can just close the bolt like so. And as you can see, it's not a control feed, it's a push feed, because the other reason is it just pushes the bullet out very fast, which is also a bit of a pain because you can't control whether you want it to be spat out or you just want it to sit in there, and then you can just grab it out of there nicely if you want to, but you can't do that, so it's a bit of a pain. But all in all, I don't think them things are much of a problem. But the other thing I'm not a big fan of is the bolt shroud. It's actually, if you can hear, it's actually plastic, and I haven't had any problems with it, and I don't really mind it too much. But a nice aluminium bolt shroud similar to the Seikos would have been nice, but I guess you get what you pay for. But I've never had it crack or anything like that. I have read a few guys that have had them crack and things like that, but I never have, so touch wood. But I found it does have a really nice trigger, this rifle. That's one thing it has going for it. It's a crisp about, let's see, that would be probably about 3 pound, a 3 pound trigger on that one. It's it's nice. You hardly feel it go off, but at the same time you have to pull it. So I think that's a nice feature. I actually have a VX1 4 to 12 pound scope on this rifle. It's a nice scope for what it's used for, which I think, yeah, it's the optimum scope. Another good thing about this rifle, which makes it a perfect deer rifle, is its weight. As you can see, it's very light. It's almost too light, but I think it's perfect, to be honest. I wouldn't go with the Tikka lights, as I think they're even a bit lighter than this. So, but because it's so light, that actually makes it kick a lot harder than what you think. So it's not as nice to shoot off the bench as a heavier rifle, but it's still pretty. You don't notice it in the field, and I think that's better for the field to be light, because you can just carry it kilometers and kilometers without even noticing that much, which is very good. The magazine that it has on it is a single stack magazine, and as you can see, you have to actually load it like normal. You can't top load it. It just clicks in, and you can just unclip the button which I think's one downside is because when you're in the field and say it catches on a stick or something, it will just eject the magazine out. So on the Seiko 85s, they actually have a feed where you have to actually push the magazine up to make the button work, which I think is one thing Tikka should have done, but they didn't. But all in all, I think this rifle is an excellent rifle, and I think it cost me about $1,100, which is a really nice price for what, in my opinion, what you get. I think it's a beautiful rifle, and I love it, and it's very accurate. I mean, I'm shooting about half MOA at 100 yards with this rifle. I think I pulled, my tightest grip would be about half an inch at 100 meters. So I'm very, very impressed. And it seems to like to stabilize the heavier bullets, so it's good for deer, which is, I think, exactly what it's intended for when they build it. So it comes in various different types of calibers. One thing about Tikka is the action is the same size for all, which is a bit of a downside. But so if I was going to get this again, I'd probably get it in 30-06 because it's got a long action, so I might as well get a long round anyway. So oh well, 308's a nice round, and it does the job. And it has a nice shiny finish on the barrel, which I think is nice, but that might get marked and quite easily, but I haven't had any problems yet. Also, one last thing, it has a nice walnut stock on it. It has a really nice checkering on the hands, which gives you a good grip, and I think that's a really nice feature. And also on the fore end. Although it's beautiful stock, it can mark very, very easily. It's very soft wood, so you have to be very careful with this rifle if you're taking it out in the woods and things like that. But all in all, I think it's well worth the money. I think it's a bargain, this rifle, and you get exactly what you pay for, and I think this rifle gives you more than what you pay for. So that's my review on the Tikka T3. Please like and subscribe.